Let me tell you the wildest thing that's ever happened to me in my neighborhood. I never thought two simple lawn chairs would cause so much chaos. But when you live next door to an HOA Karen, even sitting down becomes a crime. I had just bought two brand new chairs. Nothing fancy, just a place to sit with a lemonade after work. The first evening I set them out, I thought, finally, this is the life. But then I saw her marching across the street, HOA binder in hand, eyes locked on me like she had spotted a criminal. She stomped right up to my porch and said, "Those chairs are not HOA approved. They're an eyesore and you need to remove them immediately." I nearly spit out my drink. I said, "Karen, they're chairs. Where exactly do you expect me to sit? The ground?" She didn't laugh. She just glared at me like I'd insulted her entire family tree. Then she did something I will never forget. She pulled out her phone right in front of me and said, "If you won't respect the rules, I'll call the police." I honestly thought she was bluffing. Who calls 911 over furniture? But 10 minutes later, flashing lights pulled up to my house. The officers stepped out, looking around like they were expecting a robbery. I waved from my chair and said, "Evening, officers. I think you're here about my seating arrangement?" Karen rushed over, yelling, "These chairs are a violation of Section 14B of the HOA Code, and he refuses to remove them." One of the cops looked at her, looked at the chairs, then actually sat down in one and said, "Ma'am, this is the emergency?" I almost lost it. The man was rocking in my chair while Karen turned bright red. She shouted, "This isn't funny. Write him a ticket, arrest him, do something." The other officer crossed his arms and said, "Ma'am, calling 911 for lawn chairs is not an emergency. In fact, it's misuse of emergency services." Her jaw dropped. Mine almost did too. For once, someone else told Karen she was wrong. I thought that was the end of it, but a week later I found a letter in my mailbox. An official notice from the HOA. Remove your chairs immediately or face a daily fine. I laughed, then called my lawyer. Turns out, there was nothing in the bylaws about chairs. Karen had just made it up. She dragged me into small claims court. She came in with photos of my porch, highlighted sections of the rules, and a whole speech prepared. The judge listened for about 2 minutes before saying, "Mr. Lay, you may keep your lawn chairs. Case dismissed." Karen gasped like she had just lost $1 million. Meanwhile, I walked out grinning ear to ear. The best part? My neighbors heard the story. Within days, everyone on the street started putting out lawn chairs. Red ones, green ones, striped ones. It was like a porch furniture revolution. And Karen? She stayed inside for a long, long while. So, yeah, HOA Karen actually called the police over my lawn chairs, tried to fine me, dragged me to court, and still lost everything. And I'm still sitting in those same chairs, sipping lemonade, enjoying my hard-earned peace. And that's how HOA Karen tried to have me arrested over 2 lawn chairs and lost everything. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to HOA Karen Stories for more HOA chaos, and drop your own wild HOA experiences down in the comments. I'd love to read them.